As an economist, I can tell you, and I'm almost convinced on that, that there is likely to be no change in the repo rate this time. Simply because the energy prices around the world have shot up phenomenally. Crude oil, as we talk today, is around maybe $110, $115, a little bit here and there, which has fueled inflation. And it has led to rise in input costs of many industries: paints, chemicals, fertilizers, civil aviation. Practically every aspect of life is now getting impacted. So in such a situation, it is most unlikely that RBI would continue its dovish stance or recently neutral stance also. The stance may remain neutral, that is no change, but then we just might expect from neutral to hawkish. That is, if inflation shoots up once the numbers come out of March later this month, we might see inflation getting into the band of RBI or crossing the lower band of RBI. So I'm not expecting any repo rate change in Wednesday's announcements.
I expect the rates of interest to be kept steady. I expect no change in rates of interest. I think this time the policy would be more concentrated towards what Iran war has done and where has Iran war made us reach. So I think number one focus is expected to be to control the price of dollar, because we have already seen dollar touching 95.22. So I think to keep dollar price under check would be one main focus. Secondly, RBI would concentrate on liquidity management, so that if liquidity is lesser, RBI would arrange things that way that liquidity is there in the system, and whenever required, RBI may inject liquidity. Thirdly, we all know what's going to happen on inflation front. Brent crude hovering around $110 per barrel, dollar touching 95.22. So that's again an issue. Plus, I think RBI would also speak about lesser growth prediction now, because now growth is expected to be compromised. We all know, because of the Iran, US-Israel war, globally growth has been compromised. Globally, the expectation that there has to be a huge recession. The global economy is expected to get into a huge recession. But of course, India being a resilient economy, Indian government being proactive. So I think here the things would be much better than the global economy. But still, I expect RBI to talk about lesser growth forecast. I think RBI would perhaps speak about that GDP growth forecast is now going to be lessened, seeing the Iran war situation. So to summarize, my view is that interest rates, there wouldn't be any impact on interest rates, on repo rates in this RBI policy review. That's what my prediction is. But what I anticipate is that there's going to be a huge focus on dollar price management, liquidity management, plus there would be talk about inflation, and plus RBI may speak about lesser growth outlook in this policy.